guys, it's Morgan with A Life in Crafting, and today I'm sharing 5 different DIYs to get you ready for St. Patrick's Day. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now let's get to crafting. For this DIY, you'll need spray paint, a Dollar Tree pizza pan, table scatter, and I also cut out a decal using my Cricut. I had spray painted this pizza pan previously and couldn't figure out a DIY to make, and I was super excited to finally be able to move it out of my stash and put it on display for St. Patrick's Day. First, I placed a text at the top of the pizza pan to make sure it was centered. I'm using the Dollar Tree Magic Cover as transfer tape. I haven't had any issue with the spray paint coming off the pan while using this for a transfer tape. Once the text is on top, I'm going to add the green pot on the bottom. After it's attached, I'm going to hot glue the table scatter on. I really like the mix of different sizes of 4-leaf clovers as well as the coins in the bag, so I'm going to be using it all. Check out the finished product. I absolutely love how this came out, and no one will ever guess that this used to be a pizza pan. This next DIY was a truckload of fun to make. You'll need a Dollar Tree wood truck, table scatter, gold coins, white, green, yellow, and black paint, some hot glue, as well as a piece of foam board. I also cut out a little shamrock with my Cricut, but that's optional. I'm going to paint the truck white, green, yellow, and black to match my other St. Patrick's Day decor pieces. First, I painted the truck white, and then after it was dry, I painted the green accents. I love using apple barrel acrylic paint. It's super inexpensive, and I like being able to pick a few colors and keeping that color scheme throughout my entire seasonal decor, so I definitely jumped on the traditional green for St. Patrick's Day, and I love using yellow and gold tones for the coins, and I gotta mix in a little white there to keep it interesting. After it was dry, I added the yellow and black paint, and I waited for the entire piece to dry before I added the foam board and coins. I cut out a piece of foam board to add it to the back of the truck. This way the gold coins would have something to stick on without falling over and just give it a little more support. The Dollar Tree foam board works really great for this, and that's what I'm using today. I attached the foam board to the wood truck using hot glue. I didn't care too much about the shape. I cut out a square. I really just wanted the support, and I knew I was going to just make it overflowing with gold coins, so the shape doesn't really matter too much to me. Next, I hot glued the coins to the foam board and added some of the shamrock table scatter for depth and color. These wood trucks are super versatile and make a great addition to your crafting stash, and I just love my little shamrock truck. My next DIY uses another item I've had sitting in my stash for months, the Dollar Tree laundry sign. I love getting it ready for St. Patrick's Day. To make this DIY, you'll need a Dollar Tree frame, gold coins, one of their St. Patrick's Day black pots, hot glue, and foam scatter. I cut the pot in half with scissors. This was a little tricky. I recommend cutting it right beside the line on the pot. I found it to be easier since the plastic there wasn't as thick. It'll make more sense if you try it yourself. Not only is this DIY festive, but it's also easy. I started by removing the wording from the Dollar Tree frame. Like I said, I've had this probably sitting in my crafting stash collecting dust since November, so I'm really excited to be using it, and I can't wait to show you guys the finished results. Once the letters were off, I started to hot glue the coins to the frame. I didn't paint it or anything. I was going to be covering it up with the coins, so I didn't feel the need to go over it with a color. There was a little space at the top left over, so I overlapped the coins, and I thought the more the merrier. After it's cut, I'm going to attach it to the gold coins with some hot glue. To add a pop of color, I'm going to add some of that Dollar Tree table scatter. I cannot believe how much use I'm getting out of it. Wasn't really expecting it, so highly recommend adding it to your St. Patrick's Day stash. And check out the finished product. This is a great addition to your decor using a few items from the Dollar Tree and a little bit of hot glue. My next DIY, I'm using the famous Dollar Tree wood blocks. You'll need 3 Dollar Tree wood blocks, spray paint, cardstock, Mod Podge, and some gold coins. I love using these blocks to add height to my decor, and here's how I made them for St. Patrick's Day. I had already spray painted the blocks and let them dry completely. I then attached 2 1/4 inch squares of cardstock that I got at Joann's and attached it with Mod Podge. I cut out the cardstock on my Cricut, so I knew the sizes would be consistent, but you can definitely cut these out by hand. I like alternating between a pattern and solid white, so I'll be adding 2 pieces of cardstock per cube. Once they're dry, I'm going to seal the paper with more Mod Podge and attach a gold coin to the center. Here's the finished product. I like styling these with the mini pots and gold coins from Dollar Tree, but you can add some small candles or even mini vases for floral. For this DIY, you'll need an empty coffee glass, spray paint, floral, twine, small wood beads, and I also cut out some shamrocks out of chipboard using my Cricut maker. I had already spray painted the glass gold, so now I'm ready to paint the shamrocks and beads. I'm using that same green apple barrel acrylic paint as my other DIYs. I'm a big fan of upcycling these Starbucks Frappuccino cups in crafts, and I love using them to hold floral or fairy lights. Next, I'm going to trim the end of the floral. They were a little long, so I cut them to fit in the bottle a little bit better. I added some Dollar Tree jute around the top of the bottle to cover up the grooves for the cap. Once the beads were dried, I strung them together with some jute. I picked up the beads on Amazon, and I'll add a link for you in the description. Next, I tied the shamrock on the jute and made a mini bundle with them to attach to the bottle. I hot glued the jute beads and shamrocks to the top of the bottle. Just add your favorite floral and this DIY is complete. Super happy with how this came out, and I think it's the perfect combo of gold and green to have you feeling lucky. I hope you enjoyed this video on 5 different DIYs to do for St. Patrick's Day. I'm Morgan with The Life in Crafting. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.